Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, even good Wednesday. I know some of you watch right over there on the time zones. We're here, as always, every morning for us, Tuesdays, to edit your channels. Let's do this.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.com.
Hello, my name is Rob. Welcome to vidIQ, the YouTube tool and channel that aims to educate you on your YouTube journey. And this morning, as we always do every Tuesday, is to audit your channels. And we are going to have a bit of a theme this week, since it is E3. We're going to be focusing on gaming channels to begin with, but don't worry, if you've submitted other channels, we will be looking at them a little later on in the show. As always, I am joined by an awesome guest, and we're using our wrestling names today, and I am welcoming in the A-lister, that is the audit lister, Travis from vidIQ. Welcome to the show. Welcome to vidIQ.
Well, I'm so excited to be here on another day. I love doing the audits. I love talking to everyone in chat. I just am so excited. And we have breaking news. I'm so excited.
We do. We're going to break that news in a few seconds. By the way, if sometimes there's a yellow light appearing above Travis, he is, of course, an angel. That is his halo. But he's also playing with his green screen as well. So we do apologize if that comes up a few times. But we are going to say hello to Life by Ashley, Mean Compilations, Daminations, 150 Days of Winter, Horizon Rover, King Alexander, Nightmare Fit, Kristen De Silva, Vlotje, I hope I pronounced your name right this week. PewDiePie is apparently in the house, but I'm pretty sure it's not actually PewDiePie, but somebody who has the same username as him. And also a thank you very much, a super chat from TT3's Flag O Bragg. And Travis, who else have we got joining us today?
We got Chicken Nugget 36.
What a name, Chicken Nugget 36. Love it. You were going in the Hall of Fame with Generic Waffle as the best usernames we have here on the channel.
We love food names here. We have Kave, Lamb, Life by Ashley, Life Matter. Magdalena Helen's here. Thank you for coming and modding.
Yeah, thank you.
And looks like we got Pretty Trini and Red Ninja.
And many hundreds joining as always. Thank you very much for taking your time out of your day, the most valuable currency in the world, your time, and you're spending it here on vidIQ. Okay, just before we go into the audits this week, we have breaking YouTube news, and Travis and I were getting really excited about this just before we went live on air, so I'm going to share my screen with Travis to make sure that he can see what I'm seeing. I'll just put Travis's face on screen. Right, so what we just saw from YouTube literally minutes before we went live is a new feature in the analytics studio, and this looks amazing. Folks, go and check this out yourself. I'm going to share my screen now. What you need to do is click on analytics. This is in the new studio. Go to build audience, and then right here we now have what we are going to be calling here subscriber bell notifications, which basically tells you how many of your subscribers have checked that notification bell, and also all notifications for your channel and YouTube. So it gives you here typical numbers, 10 to 30%, 5 to 20%, depending on which metric you're looking at here. And we have a metric here of 13%. So apparently 45,000 vidIQ subscribers have a notification bell turned on. Thank you very much. If you haven't already done that in the live stream, of course, do that now. And in terms of for all channels, 8%. Travis, you had a quick look at yours as well. What numbers were coming out for you?
I had 18% on the one, and I think 14% on the bottom one. I need to read to figure out what the actual difference is. But yeah, I mean, that's an amazing. Here's the thing. For many years, people were saying YouTube isn't sending out notifications. I think, and sometimes that was true. I think the reality, though, is not a lot of people have notifications on compared to your total number of subscribers. So when you have the hundreds of thousands of subscribers we have here on vidIQ, but only 46,000 of them have all notifications on, that's really saying something.
Yeah, and you are right. In traditionally, when somebody subscribes to a channel, they assume that they would be notified of a new video coming out, and that's not been the case on YouTube for a long time now. Quite the opposite as well, in terms of you might not be subscribed and you still got notifications. So always turning on that bell notification is a key indicator. And now this gives you a really accurate number. If I was going to give YouTube a bit more advice here, what I would like to see is maybe a graph of how that changes over time, because you want to know if your content is really engaging with your audience and more people are clicking on the notification bell. But just having this information at hand now is at least going to dispel some myths perhaps of how the notifications work and help inform you in potentially creating better content in the future. So folks, if you want, check it out. Leave us your numbers in the chat as we're going through the audits. But yeah, this is breaking news. Check it out. New studio, analytics, build audience. There should be a box there. And you can guarantee that I will have a video about this out very, very soon. All right, let's get back on with what we usually do here on a Tuesday. I'm just going to bring Travis back on screen to go through the formalities here of auditing your channels, which happens in the following manner. There is a link in the video description of this live stream. If you go to that form, fill it out. I think there's 3 forms, and then you can potentially have your channel audited. We pick them randomly, although there is a bit of a gaming slant this week. So we don't treat super chats with any more preference. We definitely don't treat people in the chat asking for reviews with any more preference. In fact, that's an irritation, so please don't do that. Our awesome moderators, as always, such as This Bouts For You and Magdalena Helena, will be checking those and just putting you in timeout if you keep asking for that. Apologies in advance if we cannot audit your channel this week. Last week we had 350 submissions. Travis, I always like to play this game. How many do you think we've got so far this week?
Well, it is the first of the week. A lot of times that's heavy. I'm going to go with 173.
128. So you're not far off there, but usually by the end of a live stream, we have in excess of 200 at least. Thank you, by the way, to the super chat here from Tori Boland. Thank you very much for saying that you love these live streams. It's your day off and you're spending it with us. Thank you very much. If you cannot get your channel audited today, then what I recommend you do is go to vidIQ.com and download the Chrome extension, because you will get all of this sort of statistics here. Wow, it is a 24/7 YouTube consultant telling you how well your channel is doing, and we're doing all right. We're up 145% on views, which is fantastic. Here are all the videos that are doing well for our channel. Should we double down on them? Here's all the stuff in terms of top search terms. T-Series still doing well for us, but here's all the videos that aren't doing that well either in terms of low retention, low likes, so on. And the mini fixes that we need to do, I still haven't added those end screens to my videos. I'm missing 10 of those, and I can very quickly fix that by clicking on there and seeing, oh yeah, it's on my live streams where I forget to put end screens on. That is a free tool for you to download and use from vidIQ if we cannot offer you a personalized audit today. And the final thing to say is that all of our opinions and experience are based off of first impressions. With any channel, you're probably going to get that subscriber click within, I don't know, 30 seconds to a minute of a person understanding what your content is about. So sometimes we get it wrong, and if we do, we apologize, but that might suggest something that is inherently wrong with your content, but we could be wrong. As always, we're just giving you our passionate experience and what we've learned on YouTube, and if it's wrong, that's fine. You know the rules. You can bend, break and change them as much as you want. And with that all being said, as always, Travis, are you ready for some auditing action?
I am ready to rumble.
He's ready to rumble. I love the little reference there of Mike Buffer from WCW announcements, or I think that is a copyrighted trademark thing. I'm very much going into random wrestling stuff now, which none of you probably really follow, but never mind. I'm going to click share and get that channel up there. And Travis, I'm going to let you lead with this one as our first gaming channel, and it is Lacrosse. 5,000 subscribers. What are we looking at here with this channel? And if you need me to point anywhere on the mouse, do let me know and I'll get my tools up and running.
It's got a really cool banner, fun kind of banner with the name up there, Lacrosse, and kind of running away. Obviously gaming oriented. If we look down in the video section, we can see that it looks like a Roblox channel, which is great. The colors are there. Whenever I think Roblox, for some reason, I do think yellow. So that's kind of cool. And they're doing really well. If you look at the views compared to their subscriber base, it's actually doing very well.
Yeah, we're just sort of looking at this where like 5,000 subscribers, but like 11,000 views, 35,000 views. Ooh, really good stuff here from the channel.
Yeah. Really doing some spectacular things. And whenever you hit on something that works, you need to double and triple down, and also know who your audience is. So if we look at the thumbnails, you do have to remember the bottom right hand corner has a timestamp at all times. This second video, the strongest weapon, obviously the most, I don't know what happens because I see most 849. So always don't put text there or anything important really at all. That's always going to be there. I like that the text is pretty big in general when they use it. The secret room heist there in the second row is pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, troll. So I like that. I also like that they're trying to do the thing that I try to tell a lot of people about, which is the Mr. Beast kind of method of doing titles and thumbnails, where the title is the one thing that brings you in, and the thumbnail is like the cream on the cake. Is there cream on cake? The icing on the cake. So you see something.
You can have cream. You can have cream as well, I think.
I suppose you could. Yeah. I don't know that I would ever do that, though.
Let us know in the comments, folks. A big burning question. Do you have cream on your cake?
But I like the thing, like the guns, the thing that says disguise, but it says most powerful noob disguise trolling, and it just all works together. This works for me, and obviously it's working for them as well, as their views are skyrocketing. The one thing I would say for sure is they need to upload more often, because a month ago.
Yeah, spotted that one here. Yeah.
They were still uploading.
Yeah, that was what I was going to touch on as well. It looks as if in the last 4 or 5 videos, because if I quickly look at the view counts, they were in the hundreds, maybe low thousands, and all of a sudden here in this last line we've got a huge increase in views. So you latched onto whether it was something trending in the game, or people are just really starting to resonate with your content and visiting more often, and then you've just done a hard stop and we haven't seen anything for a month. So yeah, whether life's got in the way, we completely understand that, but if you have the capacity to do more content, absolutely. And I want to also say this about the thumbnails, Travis. If you look at each of these thumbnails, they are clips and images from the games, but they are not just standard screenshots. You can tell that a lot of thumbnail work has gone into each of these videos, whether it's with the arrows pointing, as you said, a big text, just big characters on screen, I think, in a lot of these thumbnails. And sometimes I think they're doing a little bit of blurring of the backgrounds as well, just so that your eyes are focusing on a particular thing within this content. And yeah, very competitive area, Roblox, or I always pronounce the game wrong, but very competitive area, and this channel is doing really well. I think the one thing I would say is, as much as I like the channel banner, is that for a different game, or is it some some unique artwork? I just don't know how that connects necessarily with the current trending game that you seem to be looking at. But other than that, very strong channel, and as Travis says, we want, obviously your audience wants to see more content from you. We'll have a quick look at the about section here. Travis is probably staring at this wide-eyed open now, saying we need a bit more in the about section, including some keywords and selling yourself a bit more, because this is indexed on YouTube. If you do searches, then things that are in the description will appear in search. And as for the community tab, you are using the community tab on a well, I was going to say a regular basis. So yeah, there was a gap here, we can see, Travis, a month ago, and then 6 days ago there was another post. So you are back on YouTube, or at least keeping an eye on your channel. What do you want to do next?
Stuck in school finals right now. Sorry.
Right. Okay. Well, that is the reason. Well, hopefully that's going to be ending very soon, and you can have a summer of fun on gaming. But I think a good, promising channel there. And as we're using this as a gaming theme of our channel, as our audience, I think this is a good template, isn't it, Travis? In terms of focusing on a particular game, and certainly strong thumbnails that are really enticing to click on. All right, I'm just looking for my next channel notification bell, and we're going to now move on to the next one, which is now I chose this one as a similar size channel, 5,000 subscribers again, but if you look at the view counts, they're significantly lower to a certain point. But we have 1 or 2 videos, I think, which really help this channel. This one down here got 1 million views. 1 million views, which is amazing. That's probably where a lot of your chat traffic came from. And then if you look at the next series of videos, I think this channel's about PUBG, from what I can tell. There's a lot of PUBG content, but I think if we go back to the original channel we looked at, the thumbnail game is just, you can't really compare. These do look like gaming screenshots. However, What you didn't do, creator, is you didn't. The channel is, of course, AKA Extreme. I've got to mention that. You didn't really double down on that content of reaching 100 RP, whatever that is. It's something to do with PUBG Mobile. But then a video 3 weeks ago, your most recent one, you went back to that topic, and that got 12,000 views. So this is a classic example of where you've probably got a lot of subscribers through one video, which is brilliant, fantastic. And if you want to keep that audience engaged, then you're going to have to do more content on that. But I know that sometimes sounds frustrating from a creative perspective. But if you want to build an audience and then take them on a journey elsewhere, then you should be doubling down on the content. You did that at the end to get these 12,000 views, but in between times weren't so successful. There was a lot of streams, and we did have a successful video here. So a bit spiky here and there. I think I've pretty much covered everything on this channel, Travis. Is there anything else you would add?
Just that the live streams didn't really help with the momentum.
Right, yeah.
Very definitely, because they're just not promoted the same way.
And maybe the channel banner, kind of a generic gaming channel banner, maybe put that more in line with certainly the PUBG content that you seem to be pushing out at the moment. The About section is one of those where it tries to cover all bases, and I guess the question now is, do you really play on Grand Theft Auto and Need for Speed anymore? If the answer is no, update that, go a lot more into PUBG, tell people exactly what you're doing, like focus on the video that got 1 million views and say, this is what I focus on within PUBG, and become the master, the authority on that particular topic. And community-wise, you're posting maybe once a week, so you could up your game a little bit there on that one. But that's the second gaming channel we're looking at this week, aka Extreme. And now I'm going to let Travis lead with the next one, which is, how on earth would you pronounce this channel? Womio. We want emo.
Okay, well, these look like all live streams with the exception of the second video.
They do, yeah.
And so the thing about live streams on YouTube is, well, hey, they're fun. They're super fun. We're doing one right now. They're super fun. Having said that, growing from them is very difficult. It's not impossible, but it's difficult. And once the live stream is over, there's two problems. Number one, YouTube just doesn't promote them like other videos. It's not like you do a search for a topic and all of a sudden you see a live stream on that topic. It just is never promoted that way. And number two, I think about it rationally, the fun part of a live stream is to be there live. So once it's over, the likelihood, unless it's like a teaching lesson that I'm going to learn, the likelihood of me watching a live stream from a couple days ago is almost zero. So, when you're doing a live stream channel, if that's all you're doing, then yeah, you have to keep them up. But for me, if you're really wanting to grow your channel, you need to have videos in between. So what you could do is do highlights of your live streams. So just live stream, edit them down, post them up, and make them new content so that YouTube can actually go out and promote that content to new people. And then of course all the thumbnails being the same, which we
thumbnail wallpaper and custom games. So there's absolutely no keyword research intent. Nobody's going to be necessarily searching for custom games on YouTube. And once one person's seen one live stream, how can they distinguish between the next live stream? And you're right in terms of it. I think it's very difficult to build a YouTube channel on live stream, in which case, is YouTube the right platform for you? Should maybe you be looking at Twitch as your primary driver for content? And we think it's a Fortnite channel. I'm just saying that based on this thumbnail here, the second one. That looks like a Fortnite character in this one. So how can you get Fortnite metadata more into your thumbnails? And with that being said, think about how you're going to differentiate yourself as a Fortnite player versus the many other Fortnite players that are out there. It's a huge area, very difficult to break into. Has been done. We've done case studies in the past, but you've got to find your own unique slant in there. Quick check on the About section.
Hey,
that needs updating, and the community tab, using the community tab a bit, which is good. And then you're getting votes as well in the community tab, so you can maybe use that to help instruct your viewers, get feedback. I mean, you could ask a simple question in your community tab. What would you prefer, more live streams or more on-demand videos? And see what your audience tells you, because that might really help inform your future gaming content on your channel. That is Womio. I'm going to pronounce your name like that. And yeah, just maybe one thing as well, value proposition. Do you really need your handles on a channel banner? You can put them in links in the right-hand side here on the desktop especially. It feels a little bit generic. Looking at your channel banner by itself, I'm not sure what the channel is about. Hi Steve is the next channel, nearly 50 subscribers. Welcome to YouTube, I would say for you. You haven't made that many videos yet. You've been around for about 9 months, started with Sims, then moved on to Roblox, and where are we now? We're still on Roblox with a bit of Sims as well. This also, Travis, I think is a Russian channel, so I had to translate the titles, so forgive me if they're a little awkward or don't quite sound right, but what could we say? I mean, we looked at some established channels so far, but as a new channel starting on YouTube, still trying to find their feet and their focus, what might we be suggesting for this channel?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we need to get the thumbnail game up a little bit. It almost seems like, and I don't know what they're saying in the thumbnail, the second thumbnail, maybe it's something compelling, but it almost seems like you're trying to tell too much of a story in the thumbnail, which it needs to just be enough to get someone to click. The title should be the thing that makes people actually click. The thumbnail needs people to stop scrolling. So I don't like to see like darker colors like browns and stuff, because it's too easy to just run right by it when you're kind of doing the scroll down your homepage on YouTube. So I like to see bright colors, and especially for something like Sims, it's a pretty bright colored game. I mean, if you even look at their logo, it's pretty brightly colored. So, and Roblox, same thing. Like, that's a brightly colored game. Don't fall into the dark where you essentially meld into the back, especially with people using dark mode now and everything. Like, you're just asking to not be seen.
Yeah.
So definitely use some bright colors. It looks like, view wise, considering the sizes of the subscriber base, was actually pretty good.
Yeah, some promise there, isn't there? Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that if the content itself is good enough, then YouTube will continue to promote it. But I bet you could do even better if you just made a couple of tweaks to these thumbnails. What about I know the about page is probably not going to be translated, but is there even anything there?
Let's see. Oh yeah, it has
okay, cool.
Transcribed it.
Yeah, I will be very pleased. Well, that's wonderful. That's great. Oh, 16. Okay, cool. So yeah, obviously more information. We talk about the about page a lot. There's a lot of SEO opportunities there. Definitely put information as to why people should subscribe. On your, looks like, in your banner, you're talking about Roblox and The Sims 4. So, congratulations on where you've gotten to so far. I would just make those thumbnails get to the next level.
My big question for this channel that now has 47,494, I don't know how it does that, but whenever I go back and forth, sometimes it adds subscriber numbers. My question is, Roblox and The Sims 4, I think those are two very different genres of games. And so if people are going to subscribe for one type of game and then see something that's really not connected to what they're interested in, that might be a bit of a turn-off. So you may need to make a decision going forward. Maybe once you've got like 200-300 subscribers, you'll have a better idea of which videos are watched more. I mean, just looking very briefly, I'm trending towards maybe The Sims 4. I'm not sure, actually. It might be Roblox, which is more popular. But one of the two is probably going to be your driving game as you start to build your channel in the near future. So there we are. Hi, Steve. Good luck with the rest of your channel, and congratulations on a huge subscriber boost there during this audit. Right. I'm going to try, the last sort of gaming theme channel I want to look at here is almost like starting from scratch, this channel. They've got 5 videos on the channel. It's called Noir Gaming, 16 subscribers. Almost like building the foundations of a channel here, Travis. Where would we start with this one?
Well, I mean, they're getting good views, so that's good. That's one good thing. It's possible that they're using vidIQ to actually look for things that are going to work for them, which is good, like how to support brand League of Legends, like a how-to tends to do. Can you carry? It looks like there's some things here that titling-wise are doing pretty well. The thumbnails, though, again, the text just. There's some here that are just so small. I don't know why we're bothering with it. Let's just not do it.
I think this is a good example of one, isn't it? Where
look to the right with the speech bubbles. I mean,
sorry, yeah, this one here. I still can't see it when I've magnified it.
Yeah. So that's kind of a waste of time there. And even the pictures here are too small to kind of see what's going on. So, like ironically, the very first one, the one all the way on the right, is probably the best one out of all of them because it's very simple. It's to the point. Yep. And you can see what's going on. These other ones seem like you've tried to do too much, thinking that maybe the first one wasn't enough, and that's just not the case. So yeah, these little add-ons, I'm not a big fan of.
These little icons, one of them needs to be blown up, doesn't it, and be the focus of the thumbnail. I was the same when I first started trying to create my thumbnails. I wanted to try and tell as much as possible in the thumbnails, and it's just not possible. You've got to pick the one thing which you think is going to be the biggest payoff in the video and go with that with your thumbnails. Right, so it's League of Legends. It looks to be, or Blade and Soul. Is that a game as well? I feel as if there's a bit of a disconnect between what I'm seeing in the channel banner, the avatar, and then the thumbnails in terms of, I think there's 3 different types of games here. I mean, it looks stylish, but it also looks a bit jarring as well. Like, how does anime connect to a car and what looks to be a popular RPG versus what looks to be a 8-bit pixel avatar, then these games? And I think right now, Noir Gaming, I think as you begin your channel, I haven't got an issue with you experimenting and finding what's your passion, but I think at some point it's going to end up being one of these 3. Maybe it's going to be anime gaming, and this is going to end up being your focus, and then the rest of these won't. Or it could be one of these RPG games, but again, always thinking about what you're most passionate about in terms of your gaming and who you want to appeal to is going to be a big question that you'll need to answer. And of course, as Travis said, upping your thumbnail game. But yeah, I think you are also right, Travis, in that there is some early sparks here. And what we say, like, even if a channel is getting like 30 views and 49 views, for some channels, they don't even accomplish that after 3 or 4 months. And this channel, with 5 videos and only 16 subscribers, is somehow reaching a wider audience. And let's have a look at, you're getting like 3 or 4 likes and dislikes per video, which means that it seems like an organic growth as well. So fantastic on those fronts. So that's where we would start with a beginner's channel in the gaming theme. And so with that, we're now going to transition a little bit onto some more general channels, as we always do on the vidIQ weekly live stream. If you are enjoying this live stream, make sure to give us a thumbs up, not in the chat, but clicking on that thumbs up button in the live stream. Right, we're going to move on, Travis, to Life by Ashley. This is like a... I mean, sometimes you have natural segues and transitions, but we're going from gaming to cleaning your house. Do you want to enjoy gaming or do the chores? With that being said, there are lots of channels that are very successful in this market, helping people like improve their life, and these life hacks. And this is another one with Life by Ashley. Videos every Monday and Wednesday, looks like here. 300 subscribers, so starting to build their audience. What can we see here quickly as we're looking at the thumbnails and stuff?
Yeah, I want to say we did a cleaning channel last week or something, didn't we? I almost thought it was this one, but it's not. So cleaning channels are amazing. I think it's fantastic. Let's take a look. So again, bigger text, the better. So that power hour is awesome. Absolutely fantastic. The legit clean with me. So let's go back. I talk about this every week, and I want to make sure people catch it. You have 2 opportunities to put text in something. One is in your title. The other is in your thumbnail if you need it. Never, 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 never waste one of those opportunities by putting the same exact thing that's in the other. It's a wasted opportunity. You need to give context to what the title is in the thumbnail, whether that be with the picture or with the text. Watch Mr. Beast. His thumbnail game is next level, but he's doing something that seems simple on the outside until you dig into it. The title is really like capturing. The thumbnail shows what the title is about. For example, this one with the clean with me in my RV, bottom left-hand corner, least favorite clean with me. See, that's a good use of a title. Like, it's the least favorite one. Ultimate clean with me, but she has the thing. She has the vacuum there. There's an action going on there. She's made it so she's in color. And that's a really good one. I would maybe change the text on the thumbnail, but other than that, that's what we're talking about. Show the action. That's the context between the title and the thumbnail. You need those 2 things working together at all times. Speed clean with me is I would say a wasted opportunity, because you say speed clean with me in the title. So think of something that's different but contextual, so that you're giving someone a bunch of information between the title and the thumbnail. They know what they're getting into, and they're likely to click and get inside and watch.
Something I've noticed here is that I think the video creator is cheating a little bit. I was looking at this thumbnail here, Travis, and you say it's got a good action. However, it's clean with me in my RV, and they are clearly not, unless that's the largest RV in the world with the most luxurious kitchen. I'm going to challenge that one. So I think having this kitchen background is creating a bit of repetition in the thumbnails. So I think you need...
That's a really good call out. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, I think I understand where the video creator's coming from here, that you want to have like this this background that's in black and white, so it does contrast well with the foreground, but a viewer is probably going to see through that after a few thumbnails. And also, I think there may be a bit of a wasted opportunity with the titling, because my basic question would be, are people searching for clean with me? And I would suspect not. So I'm thinking that you want to get rid of clean with me, because that's not the name of your channel, unless you want to change it to clean with me. And I'm more thinking that having RV cleaning tips might be more have more search intent, and like power hour clean with me. I mean, again, who's really searching for that? Cleaning, and then the title's cut off. Cleaning motivation, full-time RV family. So it looks as if RV is pretty much in all of your titles very recently. So I'm just going to do a very quick search for RV, how to clean an RV, and see what comes up. Because I think that's might be what... I mean, so when I do a search here, we've got YouTube auto-completing all of these different things, and that's specifically what people are going to be searching for. Yep. How to clean an RV refrigerator, how to clean an RV freshwater tank, and maybe just doing a bit of keyword research is going to help inform your future video content regarding that. So, as you say, some good ideas here, Travis, but I think maybe just a thumbnail, imagery, and the keywords in your titles that need a little bit of tweaking there. That being said, though, as we look at the positives in the channel, 300 subscribers and every single video gets around about 200 to 300 views. So you have a core audience there. I think you just need to reach out a bit more and grab a few more in with more strategy in your titling. That is Life by Ashley. And I'm going to let Travis loose with this one because it is a tech channel. Travis, of course, has his own tech channel. If you want to check it out, it is Travis MCP. I'm right there with your channel name. Yeah, 25,000 subscribers. Have I got it wrong? I can't remember.
You got it wrong.
What? Sorry. What's the name of your channel, Travis?
Don't worry about me. We're here for the.
Anyway, Travis has a tech channel.
Yes. So this is a tech channel, and this is my niche specifically. Tech hyped with 1,800 subscribers. I like the. Now here's the thing. When you see, a lot of people will say, well, you know, the bigger channels don't do the things you're talking about. Well, there's a reason for that. They have the subscriber base that can come watch the videos, and then that gives the signals to YouTube to send it to more people. When you're a smaller creator, you have to use these tips and tricks, especially in your titling, to look for what people are searching for so that you can eventually get those views. So that at some point, maybe you'll be big enough that you can just say anything. So the RIP iPhone 5S, that's something I could probably get away with. But when you're at this stage, even at 1,800 subscribers, this probably isn't going to go too much further. Although, listen, I mean, anything can happen. Really, literally, anything can happen on YouTube. The What's on My Phone iPhone 7 2019 edition actually is good because there's a lot of What's on My Phone videos out there that have done very well. So that's really smart. The one right next to it, Apple iOS 13 WWDC 2019, there's like 3 or 4 different search terms just in that title. And as you can see from the view, doing pretty well. So those are the things that are going to work probably long term for this channel. And using like Samsung Galaxy A80, is it worth the wait? 500 views, that's great. Not only do you have the title of the actual device, but you also are saying, hey, is it worth the wait? And whenever you ask a question in a title, it's always a little bit more interesting to get people to click. Like you want the answer to the question. If you're just making a statement, unless it's something contrary to what people believe, more than likely people will just scroll past it. But if you say something like, this is the sky is red, rather than saying the sky is blue, people are going to click it because they're like, wait a minute, the sky is not, what is this guy talking about? And they'll click it. Here, is it worth the wait? That's a question some people might want to know. So they're going to click it, and they did. And for a channel this size, 500 views in 2 weeks is amazing. So just continue down that path where you're using the actual search terms within the title and kind of giving it a nice little twist at the end. Things like RIP iPhone 5S. I mean, I listen, I like it. I think it's interesting. I'd probably watch it, but you're probably not going to get enough people to watch that to make it kind of worth the while in comparison.
You know what I like about this channel? Especially in the tech area and gaming, everybody's always thinking about what's the latest bit of tech, and I can't compete with other video creators because they can get everything before me. And what this channel is doing is embracing the technology that they have to hand. So I think doing videos on iPhone 7 is absolutely fine. It might be a tech that's 3 years old, but hey, there's probably tens of thousands of viewers on YouTube who are using that device and want to know something about a piece of tech that's that old. And I think you're embracing that, which is fantastic. And some of these thumbnails I think are really quite sweet and crisp. And I almost want to click on one of these just to see if the video content is of a similar style. So I'm just going to quickly look here. I'm going to mute this and see if the video content matches the... No, it doesn't. So, okay. So the one thing I'm a little worried about here is where are you getting these thumbnails from? Because it suggests to me, because this one here looks like an MKBHD screenshot to me. Yeah, so I'd just be a little bit worried about where you're getting those thumbnails from. If I'm wrong about that, I do apologize. But I just sort of saw a little bit of a theme there. But yeah, I think generally speaking, in terms of a channel, this video creator is looking at inventive ways to create content. I love this title here, This Laptop is Older Than Me. That has intrigue in it in itself, that one. Were you going to say something there, Travis? Sorry, I may have cut you off.
No, but I just realized when you said MKBHD, I noticed they used the hashtag MKBHD in that last video. So that would be really interesting.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Yeah, definitely don't do that. Don't take other people's thumbnails.
Let's just have a look at this off, because the lighting is really bright in the thumbnail, and then the actual video content is completely different. So I think, for one thing, if somebody clicks on a thumbnail like that and then it immediately sees a different type of video content, that can be an immediate turn off. So it's like, oh, I've been clickbaited into clicking what looks to be really high quality, and then it doesn't look like that in the video. So just be aware of setting expectations in your thumbnails with your content. But Tech Type, pre-congratulations on 2,000 subscribers, which you're probably going to reach in a couple of months there, and just keep chipping away at this tech content, because I think you're onto something here. All right, next channel. So Travis, have a look at this for 20 seconds, and you try and tell me what this channel is about.
We had something like this a couple of weeks ago, and it ended up being one of those weird game things with the pebbles going down.
Yeah, now that's what I thought this channel was about, but it is not.
Not?
No. Something completely different, but I was led into that trap as well. And we see like country balls and things. And I
have no idea what a country ball is.
So my understanding is that, again, I'm just going to click on one of the videos very quickly. I think it's in a foreign language, so I'm not going to... let's just mute that. But it looks as if it's like history using... cool. Country balls, like, I don't know, this may be showing like an invasion from a European country into the Indian nation. So that's kind of the story that's being told here. Yeah. Now the question is, does with a channel called Polish Tortoise Mapping? There's a lot of things here in my head saying, what is this channel about? I don't really get it. How can we help maybe communicate to the audience what this channel is about through cartoon balls? It looks like animation balls.
I feel like this channel has an opportunity to really blow up because it's unusual. It's an interesting team. And the quality looked really good, what we just saw there. The views are good. My guess is they could be a lot better, and mainly because you don't know what the heck you're looking at. Like, if you would tell, like, I could see a title like History Explained by Balls, and that is just interestingly funny enough that people are going to click that. I don't know, alternate history of Europe through the magic of balls. I mean, you could literally you can be creative, and I would watch it. But this, you're right. I thought it was that little thing where they drop down. So I think that's the problem.
A ball in history of World War II. That's my idea for a title. But yeah, so it is history. through the art of these circular balls. And so my question is, if you're including country balls in the title again, so are people searching for that? Is it required in the titles? And maybe it's better served by... Let's see. So, for example, Speed Art number 6, Czech Republic. What is that video about? Because I can't really tell. Is it you drawing the country of Czechoslovakia with that as a flag?
What language is done in? Are all these done? Do we know? Because that's a big thing too.
Yeah, I haven't translated this one, so I think this is an English channel from what I could gather. Let's just quickly click on that one. Does it? Because if it's not, that would be a problem. So that's just music, so I can't tell from that one. Let's go for a little longer one. Let's see what happens here.
Well, that's in English, so...
So again, this is just music, so I'm not really... So maybe there isn't any narration in the videos. Apologies if we're wrong there. We tried to look for a few videos.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think, as we've summed up here, Travis, there's potentially an amazing idea somewhere in this channel. The execution isn't quite right, potentially, in just how the content's being communicated through the thumbnails and the titles.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I think it's a great idea. There's a lot of potential here. It's just a matter of making it obvious to the person who's going to click it what they're going to get. And that part, despite that, still doing very well. Views look good. So
here we go. History of Poland in country balls. That's the history of Slovakia. So
country balls. Is that a thing other than this channel?
Do I dare search for it? Dun dun dun.
It is.
So I'm going to search for it.
Is it just them? No.
Okay. So maybe it's inspiration from this channel
below,
here.
Even Mapper or something in country. So it's a thing. We just aren't aware of it.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So we're not.
We're just misinformed. It looks like, but. I mean, these ones, I think these ones with really super powerful titles like History of Poland, Alternative Histories of Europe. These ones were the ones that worked really well, like telling you exactly what's going to happen in the video, and then with these colourful animations. And if we just go to the most recent ones, are we still getting that strong sense in these ones? Maybe not quite as... I mean, again, it includes Alternative History. So maybe it's just a hit and miss channel. Sometimes they really nail it with a particular video, and sometimes it doesn't take off. So I think carry on what you're doing. Yes. But I think just as Travis and I said, when we first visited this channel, we just couldn't work out what it's about. So I don't think we have the best idea of how to change that and improve it, but the communication with your audience is probably what's required a little bit there. We'll move on. I forgot to use my moving on bell for a while, but Raising Champions here. 1,000 subscribers, but look at these view counts. And I think this really deserves me to just play one of the videos very quickly to give you an idea of the awesome interest. Sorry, Travis, if you can't hear it, but this is how one of the videos starts, which I think is absolutely fantastic. I might have to rewind it to the beginning here.
What's up, guys? So today we're going to do some challenges. I got my dad with me. Hey!
Look at the editing.
Hey! I got Finn with me. Hi! Finn, stop it. Yeah.
Weirdo.
Now, were you able to hear the audio there?
No,
so the audio was absolutely fantastic. They dropped in like little cheers and also a dog growling noise and like a punch in the face. So there was super tight editing there, and you get a real flavour of this channel within 20 seconds of watching the content. So I think it's fantastic. It's rare that we look at videos, but I was when I first saw this channel, I thought, this channel's doing really well for its subscriber size. I've got to maybe look at the videos to find out well, and I quickly found out the strength of this channel. But if we go back to the channel foundations, what are we looking at here, Travis, in terms of banner, thumbnail, and so on?
So interesting. I got a job at Amazon, which I wonder if that means he's here in Seattle. I'd love to meet up with these guys if they're in Seattle. But here's the thing. It's way too busy. Like, it's working, but again, they're just too busy. We actually did a presentation. I think it was last year. Rob Sandy, our founder and CEO, did a presentation on how many faces in a thumbnail was the most clickable. and it was not more than 3. So like some of these that have like 5 and 6, and they have the WrestleMania and stuff, which is cool. Too many faces are too confusing. It's like 2 or 3 is like the optimum. But I'll tell you, this channel's doing so many things right that I believe that if they made their thumbnails a little cleaner, a little bit less, there's just too much going on. Also, you notice every single time they put their logo, it's right behind the timestamp. So literally you never see their logo.
There, for example, a couple of those.
But yeah, it's just so much clutter, but they're doing so well. This is a channel that I could see blowing up, like just blowing up if he just makes a couple of tweaks. Yeah, they are in Seattle.
Because I recognize that sign there from Seattle.
Yeah, cool. Excellent. Well, welcome, another fellow Seattleite. Love it. I would just say, literally, if you unclutter some stuff here on this page, this thing could this channel could blow up. The editing is so on point. It's so quick. You also can think about the type of person who would watch, definitely kids and stuff, and it's right on point with that. It's every couple of seconds. This channel's doing it right. Let's look at the banner real quick. This is kind of cool, but remember, on mobile you are cutting off like almost 2/3 of this.
Yeah, you probably cut off there.
Yeah, so I would scrunch them a little closer, make them a little bit smaller, redesign that all together. And I like how, while it's interesting that you get to see like the Animoji version and the real version in their in the little Raising Champions, I like to just see one across both, whatever that may be. But man, what a cool channel.
And as a family vlog, something I do like here is that they're trying to just jab at trending topics here and there. So a month ago, they did something on the Avengers. Really trending topic, got 10,000 views. Brilliant. I hear that this video creator, Morgs, sorry if I pronounced his name wrong, has just got 10 million subscribers. So obviously jumping on that trending topic as well. And then something to do with potentially a new DJI Kimball, not Kimball, a gimbal potentially. Is it a gimbal? It must be if it's an Osmo. So it's like a GoPro.
Yeah.
And that's just recently come out, hasn't it? So again, just jumping on topics here and there. Absolutely love that as a channel trying to find its way. And yeah, I agree with you, Travis. It's just for me, it's colour. There's far too many primary bright colours going on, and so it just doesn't contrast well with each of the thumbnails. So maybe a bit of blurring of backgrounds and whatnot might help. And as you say here, too many faces here, repetition of faces. It just loses its focus when there's too much going on. I'll just check on the likes, the dislikes, which are very high, so you're getting a lot of likes and views, which is good. And so we'll look at the about section. Is that being cleaned up? Cool parents and future champions, this channel is for you. So giving you a clear indication of what's going on with the channel there. Seems to be good. Maybe just change the what's the word? Not the paragraphing, the formatting of a description. And are you using a community tab? Yes, you are, which is good. So I think thumbs up all round there for that channel. Okay, who have we got next? We've got Building with Ben. The reason I chose this channel is that if you were able to create a video which was how to unblock your toilet, you would be the king of YouTube, because that's probably one of the most searched terms, but then you search for it once and then you never go back to it. And on this one, we've almost got that type of video. Installing this toilet feature has got 7,000 views, probably where the majority of their views have come from, and then the rest of them haven't got that many views. So this is a difficult one here for what seems to be a how-to DIY type of channel. Where does this channel potentially need to go in the future? They haven't created that much content to begin with, so more consistent content is definitely where you're going to need to be going forward. Once a week, theming it, going into the summer, have lots of DIY jobs in the summer that need doing, that sort of thing. But what else could we potentially be advising for this channel, Travis?
Yeah, these are tough. And I literally use the toilet analogy all the time. It's like you need to find the information, you find it. If you search high, if your SEO is great, you're the one, but then they leave right after they find what they're looking for. And I think you need to give them what you've promised, like how to fold a shower pan liner before installation. And you notice with it being 2 minutes, you're probably gonna get exactly what you need, and then you're out. And there's literally no reason for me to ever subscribe again. So the only way this is going to work is if you, and that you want to grow, is if you are showing your personality different than anyone else. You're giving information different than anyone else. You're covering so many different topics that people would want. Like for the shower pan, that's one thing, but there's other parts of the shower, which of course he does the bathroom remodel. It's just like a time lapse. So if you do a series and say in the middle, hey, listen, this is the shower pan, but I actually do the shower door as well in another video. You might want to check that over there. And I'm going to be doing some more stuff, maybe the shower head next month. You're going to have to hit that subscribe in order to make sure you don't miss that. The call to action is going to have to be very strong on that. And just understand that you're going to have to get a lot of views before you'll get subscribers, because again, most people are just searching for the answer and then moving on, especially for something like this. But yeah, I think that would be a good way to do it. Get a little playlist going for each individual thing and do a call to action into the other. There's no playlist. So
no playlist. About section 0 there. So I don't know, is this a dead channel as well, because it's got no channel banner? So if you're thinking of coming back into YouTube, follow those tips from Travis. All right, we're going to move on to Captain Joe. Oh, this is a gaming channel that I put in the wrong place, but the reason I brought this one up is because it's a channel with 8,500 subscribers. So it's previously a big channel, but if you look at the view counts here, some of them are less than 100. So for whatever reason, the subscriber counts do not reflect the view count. So I looked at this channel a bit more, sort of by most popular, to find out, what's gone wrong with this channel? And it looks as if a couple of years ago, this channel was crushing it with what I believe would be Friday Night at Freddy's content. Yeah. So we got this huge question of pivoting with a games channel. So the question I'm putting to you, Travis, and the audience is why do you think these 8,000 subscribers are not watching the content anymore? And what potentially is the answer there?
So I actually work with a couple of gaming channels from time to time, and pivot is the biggest thing on their mind, because eventually the game is no longer going to be of interest, right?
Yeah.
And I tell them the same thing I tell everyone else. The channels that are doing it well are pivoting from one game to a very similar type of game. Usually, I can tell you one of the bigger ones was like Call of Duty to Apex, those first-person shooters. It just made sense. So if you like Call of Duty, you're probably going to like Apex, or at the very least, enough people will. When you go from a scary game to Roblox, you're just not going to be able to bring people along for that ride.
Yeah.
For that, looks like I saw Uno there and stuff. So it looks like he's going a little bit more family friendly. Nothing wrong with that. That's cool. It's just going to take a long time to kind of shift people over, because so many people subscribe for something that you're no longer doing. And this is rough. This is really tough. If you're going to play one type of game and you're going to do YouTube videos on it, please, A, make sure that it's something you like to play and you're going to play it for a while. And B, the next game you play, just try to make it as similar as possible to that game. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself kind of stranded, so to speak, trying to shift the course of your channel.
Yeah, and another thing I might say about the channel is, gaming channels, is if you're solely relying on the game, then you're going to have an issue when the game changes or it loses interest. But if a viewer subscribes, first of all, because of the content, but they fall in love with the personality, the person commenting on these games, then you can take them on a journey throughout the rest of the gaming world. So I don't know how much you're in front of camera here, or how your commentary is. That may be a part bit that you need to work on as well, like injecting your own personality into videos. You may be doing that, and I might be wrong about this, but that's one of the key components of gaming channels as well. Because if you think about PewDiePie as a very big general example, I think he started doing majority of Minecraft game. I might be wrong about this, but I think it was Minecraft to begin with. But once he'd done with that, he would just take people on whatever journey he wanted, and the subscribers were there for him. And now he does memes and stuff, so it's not even a gaming channel. So certainly the personality was strongest. I think in terms of a channel, it's relatively good. The thumbnails seem generally okay. There's a bit of repetition here with having Roblox in the bottom left hand corner and the similar text, but I like the blurred color backgrounds, and there's a simplicity in terms of like just having one or two characters in the thumbnails. And you have had some occasional breakthroughs here. There's a video here with like 2,000 views, and 1,000 here. So when you get it right in this new genre, people are watching your content. Maybe just doubling down on those particular videos will help you going forward. So we're just jumping back very quickly there. While we're on the topic of games, let's just take a little break here from auditing. We're going to do some more in a second. I wanted to ask you, Travis, as a gamer yourself, what is your favorite video game of all time? And folks in the chat, do let us know as well. I know it's a broad question, but yeah, what's your favorite game of all time?
It's very close. I really loved Mass Effect, but then Witcher kind of came out of nowhere, and I spent so much time in that. So it's going to be one of those two for sure. Although, listen, I loved fighting games. I loved everything. But if I had to say, you know, how much time I spent on a game, it would be very close between Mass Effect and Witcher 3. And Witcher 3 is coming to the Switch, if you have one.
So I'm going to go a bit old school here, although not super old school. My first console was an NES, but my favorite console game was GoldenEye 64, just because it was my first introduction to 3D gaming, and combining that with the N64 controller. And what they crucially did with a console game is, I think they realized that you can't have a game as quick and rapid as like Doom or Quake. So everything was slowed down a little bit. There was a certain pacing to GoldenEye, which made it amazing. And the learning curve was perfect. My favorite game of all time, but people probably haven't heard of this, is Championship Manager. That is a soccer management game. Anybody in the UK will know it and have played it endlessly for days and days and days. And favorite console, have you got a particular favorite in mind there?
Yeah. I mean, I still love my Xbox One X. I had the PlayStation 4 as well. Starting to get a little bit into PC gaming again. It's been many a year since that, since now I have a PC again. But yeah, Xbox One X for me, I just really like what Microsoft's doing.
I've asked you that question. I don't have an answer myself. Probably, maybe the PlayStation, the original one. I remember getting Time Crisis and a gun with that, and going through all the Final Fantasy games, finally getting into RPGs. Anyway, the comments coming in here. Need for Speed is for Life Ladder. Modern Warfare 2. Big up for Championship Manager. Thank you, Mondo Loops. And I'm talking about Championship Manager 2000-2001 specifically. I think that was the pinnacle before it went, because they release one every year like FIFA. But before it just went off in a different direction. Pac-Man, Terraria, Minecraft, Black Ops 1, FIFA 19. Wow, Mice Radio really likes Pac-Man. He's told us several times there. Fortnite, Sega Mega Drive as a console, Kingdom Hearts. Gears of War, yeah, that was a good game, enjoyed that. Brawl Stars, Demon Attacks, NBA 19, so lots of games coming in there. But thank you for your contributions on your most favourite games. But we're going to go back to some more auditing now. Let me just click that button. Travis, can you see my screen again?
There it is.
Yes, you can. And now the next channel we're going to look at is just LeaderB. I'm going to pronounce the channel name here. Nearly 2,000 subscribers. It looks to be a channel about weight loss, lifestyle, new videos every Tuesday and Friday. What are your first impressions on this one, Travis?
So just really quickly looking over, it looks like she's doing a water fast challenge, which is cool. If you notice that she's going, it's basically a series. So there's good and bad about this. The good news is if it catches on, then it's going to catch on all the way through. The bad thing is, and this is kind of a weird little thing that I'll mention, and you can throw it away if you don't like it. Some people get intimidated by coming into the middle of a series.
Yes, good point.
And that can be a turnoff. Like you come in and you go 15. You mean I got to watch 14 more of these to be caught up? And the answer is usually no. But you never want to give someone an opportunity to not watch something for something silly like that. So I like what you're doing. You're doing the water fasting. That's great. And you're getting consistent views, which is fantastic. But yeah, I would definitely consider the day thing and maybe de-stressing that. Having said that, you're very consistent with the type of thumbnails. I'm not sure if the white background is the right background. And I'll say that because if you do a search on color theory, everyone in chat, color theory, you will find that there are certain colors that impact people in a different way, like yellow, red, green. They make you feel a certain way, and you want a background that promotes action, you know, and in this case, clicking. So make sure you get something that makes people click. That red background on the bottom right hand, oh, it's a beautiful looking background. And look how many views it has compared to a lot of the ones around it.
You're liking this one? Is that the one you're liking? Yeah.
And if you look at the views around that, like obviously it's outdone most of the ones around it. So look at color theory, really understand why people interact the way they do with colors, and use that as your background template.
Yeah, I completely agree with the concept of commitment from a viewer. When a viewer sees a live stream is 3 hours, do they want to click on it after it's finished being live? A viewer sees day 13, 30-day 5-2 water fast challenge. I would be strongly emphasizing the water fast as your keyword. And yeah, how you might do this is if you remove the days and you remove the that from the title, and you just sum up like what was your experience on that particular day, whether it's success or joy, struggle. That might be the one word in your thumbnail that describes it, and the title might be something along the lines of Water Fast Challenge, this is getting harder, or Water Fast Challenge, new technique. I think Water Fast needs to be at the very beginning of a title, and I would almost be tempted to remove the day completely. And once a person's clicked on a video, then fine, you can maybe communicate in 15 seconds, hi, welcome to this, you do like your intro, and then welcome to this video. I'm currently on a water fast challenge. I'm into day 13. If you want to see the rest of the challenge, then click in the playlist in the top left-hand corner. But at least the viewer is in the video at that point, and they will hopefully commit to watching the rest of the video. But yeah, I think there is a bit of a potential turn off here. As you say, Travis, if this picks up traction, then a lot of people are going to click on it. But there might be there might be 1,000 subscribers here looking at this thumbnails and thinking, I'm just waiting for this challenge to end, and then I'll start watching their content potentially again.
Right. Or maybe even I just want to see what happens at the end and just hear what the end result was.
Yeah. And so just one last thing here, something interesting, that you were doing a water fast challenge, which was getting a consistent number of views. And then this last one here, 3 days ago, completely tanked for some reason, and I'm just wondering if it was a change in, it still looks as if it's about fitness and weight loss, but maybe the workout videos. So I guess a water fast challenge is more about diet, whereas these latest one is about workout, and maybe that didn't work as well. So maybe within your topic of fasting, weight loss, lifestyle, is that workouts don't particularly work in that. So keep an eye on which ones are really working for the channel there. But consistency is good. Lots of videos coming out all the time, which are great to hear. About section looks to be pretty good and descriptive. Community tab. Use the community tab a bit more. You've only used it once. I think certainly with the challenges and the fasting, you could help communicate more to your audience where you are with that content. All right, so we're now looking at the financial drive-through. And for some reason, the top channel banner has broken. So let me try and refresh that, because it was working when I looked at it before. Come on, internet. Work.
Are we sure that it's actually broken, though?
I think it was. I'm sure I saw some icons there before, but for some reason, it does not want to cooperate. And now we've lost all of the thumbnails. So, yeah. Travis, what do you think of this channel? Right, okay, we've got it working. Woof. Right, so the financial drive-through, your weekly crypto content.
Cool.
Some of the thumbnails are working, but what can we say from what we can see?
So there's things that work for me already, and then there's things that don't. So the thing that works for me, financial drive-through. And at the bottom it says what it is. Go back to the banner again. What does it say? Your weekly, for your weekly crypto content. Okay, great. That tells me what I need to know. It even gives me a feeling that I should be able to learn this stuff fairly quickly. The drive-through is something you go, you get, and you leave. You keep on your way. So that's great. So I went on about crypto. It sounds like I'm gonna be able to do it in a short amount of time. Awesome, I'm in. Now I go down into the thumbnail section, and for the ones we do have loaded, like I see like a Game of Thrones one. I don't know what that's about. Like,
yeah, I was lost with that one as well. Yeah.
Did Bitcoin bottom? Okay, so then like there's again the text thing with me is always going to be something I'll call out. Try not to use text unless you have to. Like between the title and the picture, you should be able to get across the feeling of what the video is about. The thumbnails are kind of all over the place. I get that some subjects need to look completely different than others. However, you still should be able to go to a channel, look at the thumbnails, and feel like you're on the same channel for every single video. And some of these I don't feel that way. And it could be that he's just trying to feel his way around it. I do, again, don't use the same words in your thumbnail that you have in your title, the double your Bitcoins, where it says double your Bitcoins. do the double your Bitcoins in the thumbnail and then change the title to something else, or vice versa. So even the scam review could have been the title, and then double your Bitcoins could have been in the thumbnail, or vice versa. So I think that, again, when you have the opportunity, two different opportunities to use text, you need to be really smart about it and not use the same text both places.
I think my question would be for the creator. I'm just trying to refresh a screen here to get more thumbnails, which I think it's working now, is why would somebody subscribe to a cryptocurrency channel? And my first thought is because people want to ultimately make money. And so my question to the video creator is, does this channel strongly express that maybe theme? And there's one thumbnail where I just video which I scrolled down here, which was interesting. Bitcoin price rises $6,000 in 30 seconds. I think that's a really interesting potentially title and video idea. And when I look at these ones up here, double your Bitcoin, scam review, Bitcoin price, Bitcoin FOMO strategies, I don't know, Travis, correct me if I'm wrong here, but I don't know if I'm getting a strong enough sense of how is this going to help me potentially earn more money, because I assume that's what cryptocurrency channels are there for. And that kind of leads me more to the thumbnails where you want like graphs pointing up or dollar signs. I know this is like, we're going down to the lowest common denominator here in terms of thumbnails, but if you're trying to catch somebody's attention, that's what you're going to be doing if somebody's trying to find out more about Bitcoins and that type of thing. I know it looks as if this video creator is a fan of Game of Thrones, and that's fine. But this one here with a Bitcoin icon on a dragon blowing fire against a bear with some I'm trying. It's taking too long in my mind to work out what this video is potentially about.
Yeah, exactly. I have a couple of friends that have Bitcoin YouTube channels, and it's just obvious, and they're in your face about the fact this is about money.
Yeah.
And when people are looking up stuff for Bitcoin, they want the money. If you want the personality portion, that's fine. Put it in the video. The thumbnail needs to be like, listen, this is how you're going to get money. This is how you're trying not to lose money. This is, the titles and the subject matter is fine. But yeah, I think you're trying to get a little bit too creative with the thumbnail. Think about who your audience is and what they're coming to find out.
As an example, let's just look at this thumbnail here. 10 things I wish I knew when I got into crypto. You just repeated the words in the title, which is something we are always against. But how could you better potentially communicate that? That might be, from my point of view, have like a red down arrow and a Bitcoin next to it, and maybe like $4,000. So it might be like indicating I lost $4,000. I wish I knew how to better cryptocurrency. Or like, it might be like a green dollar sign, or like I made $500 when I learned how to do this. But the repetition here of the title and the thumbnail just adds nothing in the communication. Ironically enough, that is one of the better videos, and I think that's through the listicle format, but it could be even more temptations to click on it with a better thumbnail there. And that is, Travis, we've gone right through here on our channel audits today. I just couldn't help myself. We'd loaded up so many, and I thought it would be good to just blast through them as we have done here. So, folks, as always, thank you for joining us here in our weekly live stream. We're going to say our goodbyes right now. So, if you did enjoy this live stream, do make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, and share this video with any video creator who you think would find it useful to help grow their channels. At the top of this live stream, we mentioned a new tool on YouTube. Definitely check it out to find out how many of your subscribers actually click that notification bell and committed to your channel. In the meantime, we're going to say goodbye to the following folks that include Vlotier, Depend, Twirly Toss, Life Ladder. Twirly Toes is asking, why is everybody leaving? Because they've just realized that this week they're not going to get their channel audited, and there's a max exodus. That is fine, but if you're staying, we very much welcome that, and that's why we're saying goodbye to you. Slim on the inside, Shawama Music, Invest Simple, The Gaming Excite, Perry Comics, Antman YT, and also AB Jetting. Who else are we saying goodbye to here, Travis?
Well, we already talked about Chicken Nuggets 36. Still love.
What a name.
Kazooie. Let's see, Nick Lap, Mondo, Zephyr, Gav, Techlin, look, Slavguard, oh my goodness. Unbox subscriptions, and of course, it wouldn't be anything without Magdalena Helen.
It would not be. And also thank you to Nightbot, the automated one who's trying to get in on the chat as well. I don't know what they're saying there, but I'm going to give him a shout out for thank you for their work. And also I think Visbites for you is also moderating. Yes, there he is. Thank you very much for your help. Travis, because I got your channel name completely wrong last time, I'm going to give you 20 seconds to plug your channel here on vidIQ and why people should visit it.
It's Travis MCP. I do tech. I do it with humor. I have fun. Would love to have you come over there, check it out. Travis MCP here on the YouTubes.
Thank you very much. And of course, make sure to stick on vidIQ for all of the tutorials we have. Check out the new video comparison tool that we launched recently, and we're just finding lots of new awesome ways to use that tool. It is part of the vidIQ Chrome extension. There is a link in the video description. Otherwise, thank you as always for spending the most important currency in the world with us today, and that is time. Use it valuably, share it valuably. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of your video making day. Bye.